Hello, this is Cara. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Cara Brandon of CaraBrandonCreations. I make junk journals and digital kits. On Wednesday, I did a longer for me video talking about 10 easy ideas that can get your scraps from out of control to in a usable state. And I must say, I'm really excited to use my newly organized scraps. So if you haven't, I'll link that video below. Check it out and let me know what your thoughts are. It definitely took a while because I actually did all the steps through the video, but now I have usable scraps. In the video, one of the things I talked about were Cori Dahmen style ephemera, and since then I kept thinking, okay, whoops, I still need that I want to make some more Cori Dahmen style ephemera. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use our tiny little strips like this. I also pulled out my longer strips because I want to do some stamping, I think. And then we're going to need some different bases for our ephemera. So let's see. And I have my larger, I have another bucket with my larger things, but these are like journaling card and ephemera size. So I thought we could just kind of dig through here really quick and see if there's anything that we might want to use. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of flip through here. And I'm taking mainly cardstock out of here. I think it will work nicely. And then we have some journaling card size. Oh, that's a good one. Alright, I think that is good. This is a nice little pile here. I think these will become my backs to the, oh, I like that side, journaling cards. This could be a little folio or whatever we decide to make it. This one, I guess you could journal on the back. Okay, so we have several pieces. These are my cutoffs. And I have these edges from book pages. These ones with, this one has decoration on the back, but ones with mainly just the paper without text. I think that's, oh no, here's a few more. I think that'll work. Okay. So I have my bases. I have my little bits here. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is take these. I'm going to move this out of the way. And I want to do some stamping just to give this some fun, something else in the background. Okay, I pulled out Picked Raspberry, Stormy Sky, and I'm going to use some vintage photo. And I pulled out some different stamp sets with a smaller text or a little pattern. I have this one with little backgrounds. And then I also have different number stamps that I might use. Okay, so I'm really wanting to use this flower. I'm going to pull this out. I've had this for a long time now. This is from 2018. And it looks like I got it from, whatchamacallit, Tuesday Morning, and I don't think I've ever used it. just going to take one of my strips and some ink. I'm not even going to use a block. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stamp. And here in random directions. It's really cute little flowers. Okay, so we just have this with a little extra something. I'm going to set that to dry. And I need to clean that off. I'm going to set that there. And maybe we do this little flower. Oops. I might use my stamp block for this one. It's pretty little. There we go. This one. This one is Stormy Sky. That looks cool. Dig that. Alright, I have this one. And let's do a little Stormy Sky with this. That's pretty fun. This would be a good one. Let's do walnut stain with this one. I like that one too. And now let's make some ephemera. Okay, so here's the piece we stamped. I'm gonna rip some of this. And then out of this tub of my little pieces, I pulled these other pink strips. So maybe something like that, and then let's go ahead and glue it. You can also staple if you want to make it really quick. But yeah, Cori Dahmen, she'll just take her little bits of scraps and just kind of line them up and make all sorts of cute ephemera. Alright, so then you can make a bunch of these, and then at another time, or if you have time at the same time you're sitting, you could put a little focal point on top. But for now, we have that. Okay, and then I have some that I did off screen or off camera, and I used the stamp bit already. You'll see in just a second. For this one, I'm going to round my corners. And then if I wanted to make this a journal card, I could glue this onto some cardstock, or I have a file folder here. So I should have waited to round my corners, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Make it a little bit stronger. Let's look in here and see if there's pieces. Here's blue. That's kind of fun. I do have some coffee dyed paper. Put that kind of behind it. Yeah. A little more primary color than I was thinking I was going to do, but it'll work. And then if you don't like the sharp edges, you can, of course, rip. There's strips like this one I think I'm going to make shorter. Ah, slippery glue. Hopefully this one. Yeah. Okay. I think I missed a little glue. Okay, and then I can find a focal point for that one. And then it's a nice journal card on the back. Cute. Made. I made this one. And I added, kind of messy, but I added some card on the back. And for some reason it still doesn't look straight on my, it doesn't look like a true rectangle. I could make little fishtails, but this is a little journaling card. And then we have this one. And that's one I haven't put anything on the back, but you could. And then this one, kind of steampunk. And this one could be a little tuck spot. And this was on the, it just happened to be on the strip, and it says butterflies and moths, and I thought that was really fun. And this one is a little flip. You could add some scrap papers in here, and then it would be a little booklet. But again, I used scrap to do the die cutting from the video on Wednesday. And here's this one. Kind of fun, layered up the pieces, and then I turned this one into a side tuck and a journaling card. Kind of fun. And then here's this journaling card. Alright, so then I took the pieces like this and other scraps from my little bucket, and I made little strips like this. And then these you can then attach to things like tags. Let's see, I can find one. Could add it to a tag to decorate. It could be a pocket or a journaling card. Could add it to different things like that. So then you just have a bunch of these that you make and keep until you're ready to use them. So I did all different kinds of colors. This is scrap of some paper I used my inks with. And there's the paper that we did the stamping on. Really fun in the background. So that one just papers layered up. And this one we did the stamping. So yeah, these are just using the scrap bits and the leftover pieces that I did the stamping on. This is a book page that I did some fussy cutting. This one has the wood grain and the little dates. And that's that one, and that one. So I don't think I pointed out, but if we look here is the stamp, and then the dates. So you don't really see a bunch of the stamped image, but it's a little bit of something. This one doesn't have it. This one has the wood grain. It just gives it a little bit of something extra. So how fun! So yeah, so then we can just easily take this piece and find some things that maybe we want to layer up. These are kind of fun. I think maybe we're being like that, and then we'll just glue. And then we could take this and find a flower or something. So let me go find some, then I'll be right back. I found this little laser cut, and I think that would look kind of cute right here. Kind of fun with the metallic paper behind it. A little shimmer. And there we go. Cute. And you can just keep that until you're ready to use it. Okay. Hopefully this gave you some inspiration and some ideas to use your smallest pieces of scraps and do some stamping in your strips, I guess, your smallest strips and scraps. And do some stamping and some layering and make some really fun pieces of ephemera. Really great way to do lots of mass making. And then you have all of these things that you can use in future journals. All right, let me know what your thoughts are if you like this one. And as always, have a wonderfully crafty day. Bye-bye.